Michael from MAXPRO. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to change out your cables. Important things to notice is which model of MAXPRO you have. There's a discontinued base model, and it's important because there are base and Smart Connect cable kits. Things you're going to need is your cable kit and some tools, basic tools, small and large Phillips head screwdrivers, 1 and 2. I like to use these just because it's a little messy. There's some lubrication in there. I also have some paper towels in case it does get everywhere. Some scissors for opening up your package. I like to use a mat because it helps prevent damage from the MAXPRO and my working surface. And that's all you're going to need to get started, so let's begin. This is the Smart Connect model. I know this because it's got the battery here, which also means it's going to be the right side. But if you have a base model, it's important to know the orientation. You want to make sure the cables are facing away from you, the label is upright, and the numbers are upright, so I will know that this is the right side. Let's go ahead and open these up. Two cables in here. They should also be labeled right side and left side. Make sure you match them up and don't get them mixed up. Inside these boxes and packaging, so you have a couple extra zip ties for the old cable, and then these zip ties making sure that the cable and the spring doesn't come out. Let's go ahead and take these apart. You can see what it looks like. So even on the cables themselves, has them labeled right hand, left hand. Right. Taking apart the MAXPRO, the first thing you're going to do is take off the bottom pad. This up here. You'll notice that there is a label covering some of the screws here. You can go ahead and move this. Stick it on over here. Smaller screws on this plate and larger screws on this one. We're going to start here because this is where the battery is. This is where the cable connections. The base model will not have these connections, so you won't have to bother with it. I like to store my screws in the bottom pads so they don't roll around too much. Don't fall on the floor and lose them. All right, lifting open this plate. I'll reveal the battery. Just kind of pop this up and out of the way. This model has a quick disconnect here, which you can just kind of pry the cable out a little bit. It pops right off. If it does not have this quick disconnect, you won't be able to completely remove this end. Take out these 4 screws. All right, important is take care when sliding this out. You don't want to catch this cable or rip on it any. So slide it out. Go ahead and push it through that tab. Slide out this rotating cover. And it's very important to make sure that these washers stay with the rotating cover. 2 washers, this small one sometimes comes off. The large one here, make sure that these stay together. The large one on this side, the a small one on this side. And I like to have it, mostly put together. I'll back over it. Slide this rotating cover right back in over the clutch mechanism. All right. The right hand cable is free. You want to be safe and careful about this and go ahead and unwind it a couple times while holding it in place. This cable is under tension, the spring is coiled, so I want to hold it in place. Let it unwind a little bit. And then you can just slide it right off. Make sure the pin stays in. And that brings me back over to these. Because there is a spring inside, it is a good precaution to make sure that none of these surfaces are able to pop out and have the spring unwind. This is purely for safety. So, old cable is secure. Go ahead and toss that. Here's the right hand cable.
Hold on.
Right. Now make sure that the cable is all the way wound up. Slide center over the pin. Just give it a little wiggle until it seats. Make sure you fully push it in. You want to make sure that it does have tension on it, so go ahead and reel it a little bit, hold it in place, wrap it around one time, and let it pull itself back together. That way you know it's under tension, it's always returning to the bottom. This next step. It's important to make sure that you line up the connector with this piece at the same time you're lining up the hole with the pin. Try and have this lined up ahead of time, straight up and down. Put the connector in first. And it helps a little bit if you pull the cable just up, just slightly. It should just snap right in. Reconnect. Put the cables down inside, out of the way. Inside screws first. Outer screws. Popped out. Cover plate. These 4 screws. And then you'll want to repeat this process on the left side. And put this bottom pad back on. Putting the tabs in the slots one at a time. And if you're having any issues or trouble, having any questions, please contact customer service. They'll be able to help you through it. Or we also have a tune-up program that will replace the cables for you. You can ask customer service for that too. At customer service at maxprofitness.com. Thanks for watching.